Welcome back into WDHN at daytime. Now, we have very important elections around the corner, guys, and one of them is for the next Geneva County Sheriff. Now, I'm here with Tim Forehand, who is actually running for Geneva County Sheriff. And, first of all, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Now, can we just start off by asking, what really motivated you to run for Geneva County Sheriff?
Well, I spent 26 years in law enforcement, retired from the Sheriff's Office in Geneva County. And I just see a need for a different direction than where we're going now. Something that we can put in that's a positive move towards some of the issues that we have. Of course, I have grandkids in Stafford County, and I'm concerned about them, their future too, but I'm also concerned about the people in the county, their protection and their future, and being able to live every day without concern of something going on across the road from our house, things like that.
Absolutely. And, if you were to be elected Geneva County Sheriff, what are the policies that you want to put in place to make the community better? Well,
the first thing that I found, I go across the county every day. I talk to people every day. I try to find out their concerns. A lot of concerns I already knew. But one of the major concerns across the county is the drug problem. Either something's going on across the road from their house that's been going on for a long time, nothing's being done. Well, we've done the same thing for so many years that it's just, we're not making any improvement in it. I'm proactive. I have a positive outlook on change to that. And part of this is basically the way it boils down is that we're going to target the problem locations. We're going to use heavy enforcement there. But on the other side to that is we cannot just use enforcement and the jail and court system to make a change in our county. So my plan is to use some different things that's been done there before. I work at Wallace College now. I'm in the vocational program out there. We have several different programs that's free to anybody in the state of Alabama. These are vocational training to go into the workforce. Wallace developed a program several years ago that's designed for the court system. And basically what that means is if you arrest somebody or somebody goes before the judge, they have to meet a certain criteria, but the judge has an option. He can sentence them to the jail, but he can also allow them to go to one of our programs at Wallace College, which is free. And in the end of that, the time in the jail will be suspended, and they will get a job. But to the other side of that also is that if anybody in the county or anybody in the state of Alabama, as far as that goes, it's all free. You don't have to be in the court system. But if a concerned parent, a concerned citizen comes up and says, I got somebody that I think's headed the wrong way, then we can try to put them into a positive route through this program or through the college and try to get them to not go that direction. And I think if we're going to make any improvement, that we have to put those three things together. We have to do enforcement, of course, and we have to make arrests, of course, but we got to give them a positive route. If we don't do that, then we basically get the same thing we have now, which I refer to it as a revolving door, because it's basically what it is. But with this positive change, I think we can slow that down. And I think over time, using these three things, that we can see an improvement in our communities and in Geneva County, and make life a little better for the people that's having to deal with this on a daily basis.
And now, for those who are still trying to think of who they want to vote for, what is one thing you want to leave with people today, really to give them that reason to vote for you, that you're the right person for the job?
Well, I want everyone to stop and think about something that we have to do something different. We have to have new ideas. We have to have somebody that's going to explore those ideas and to put them in action. This campaign is not about resumes. It's not about committees that you're on. Neither one of us have ever been sheriff before. It's a clean slate. So when the voters go to the polls, they have a decision to make, and I think it's a very crucial decision in this election, is do we want to follow the same path, or do we want something that's different and it's a change, a positive change for our community? And when they think about that, then they can make their right decision.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And those elections are really coming up soon and around the corner for everybody. And Tim, thank you so much for coming on Daytime. Really talk more about it. Of course.
Thank you.